Hi, YouTube.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, YouTube.
Hey YouTube, it's Case Closeted here.
This is Mike Enders with Accidental Bear website.
Hey YouTube, this is Jim here from Ohio.
Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Scott. Rocky. My husband Rocky.
I wanted to make this video because last weekend I got to see an excellent movie called Right to Love. It's the story of Jay and Brian LeFew and their family. They are a gay couple who are married and have kids, and they live in California.
I highly recommend, if it comes to any screening near you, that you actually go. It's an amazing film.
I took my sister and we went to see it. I did not expect that I was going to like it, but I really did like it. You know, the movie makes a lot of good points, and, you know, there are parts in the movie that make you laugh, that make you mad, that make you cry, that make you, you know, happy and smile. The movie made me cry, the movie made me laugh, the movie made me think. It didn't hand feed you anything, it really just kind of gave you some ideas to think about.
I absolutely enjoyed it. I laughed and I cried.
In the first 2 seconds of the movie.
And I cried again. And
Feeling emotion as I was watching the film. I didn't feel like I was just sitting there, over yet. It really did kind of get me to tense up at times and really got me feeling emotion. And there again, that kind of goes back to questioning what you think or what you think you believe.
You know, I actually cried, I got mad, and I laughed.
I thought they did a great job with the editing portion. The research that went behind the pros and the cons with Maggie Gallagher, and you know, there were some pretty interesting viewpoints on both sides. You got to see a lot of people's reaction to Prop 8, both the for and against. That was really nice.
One of the things that I liked about this film was that it showed Proposition 8 from both sides. A lot of times when these political campaigns come out, it's a commercial on television over here, and an article in the newspaper over here, and something else over there. And through the use of news footage and interviews and the YouTube videos, it really shows Proposition 8 side to side, which I like.
I know this movie has the potential to change a lot of hearts and minds and show the world a different side of what being gay is. And
another thing that I thought was personally good to see was the fact that it was 2 gay men, nothing against lesbians, but I felt it's, as a young gay male that's coming out still, I thought it was just really inspirational and a great message to show to anyone similar to my position, that, you know, that's the life we can have, that there's not the stereotype of going out and partying and all that stuff. And it was really good to show that I could have a family like that one day, and it gave me a lot of hope and gave me a lot of motivation too. Like, I almost was going to call my family right afterwards and be like, hey, I'm coming out. So
when the lady talked about the adoption and how you know, maybe gay families were put on this earth to adopt the abandoned children, and I just thought that was really great. And
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was really
I just really like that analogy that she used.
Like I said, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me angry. Let me talk about the angry part first. They showed clips of these homophobic, horrible, awful people like Maggie Gallagher saying just these awful things about gay people, and they shouldn't be married, and, you know, ugh.
You know, all these scary arguments of how gay people are so scary, and they can't have families, and they're horrible people, and all this crazy, you know, mistruths and stuff in the world. And you see them, and they're just an awesome family. Jay and Brian are awesome parents, and they're raising 2 awesome kids, Daniel and Selena. And that is what this movie shows. It just shows them, you know, doing their normal thing. Yes, they have activism, you know, and they go and do stuff, but it just shows their normal daily routine of just waking their kids up in the morning.
Is there a bad part of the movie you don't like? Is there a part that makes you uncomfortable, or, you know, that you feel weird about?
I don't really feel comfortable with the morning. the beginning of the movie when we're all getting up for some reason.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just don't feel.
Yeah, you don't like the fact that I had a camera in your face first thing in the morning?
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, we can see that.
Taking them to school, being the tooth fairy, and putting dollar bills under their pillows when they lose their baby teeth.
You guys spoiled it for other kids.
We spoiled the tooth fairy for other kids. So do you believe in the tooth fairy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's a part of the scene where we kind of figure out that there is no tooth fairy. Yeah, what that kind of made you mad?
But I was little, so I didn't know.
You didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I think the jig is up.
I think the jig is up. I think the kids now know the tooth fairy's not real.
Now, my views are kind of interesting on this movie because I actually have been a conservative evangelical pastor for the last 20 years. And coming from that perspective, this isn't the kind of movie that a whole lot of conservative evangelicals would stand up and say, yeah, I love this movie. I would think everybody ought to see it.
Conclusion of the prayer and the fact that they go to church every Sunday, doing all the regular traditional stuff when it comes to going to church, I thought was a really great inclusion.
And then our favorite part was the pastor. Or I don't know if he was a pastor, but the guy talking about the church.
That talked about the church
Yeah.
and how some things were added to the...
When I saw that,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, he makes the best point ever.
Yeah. How things were added to the Bible in the 40s, I think he said.
But the film is not about whether you should or should not have kids, how traditional or non-traditional you should be, whether you should believe in religion or not believe in religion. The film is about marriage equality.
I'm really thankful that this movie really dug into some real life stories of marriage equality and put a face to the issue. Because a lot of evangelical Christians don't see a face to the issue of marriage equality. They just look at it as them being against it for theological reasons.
As far as making me cry, I have to tell you, they did a scene with Jay on this bridge.
Talking about, in fact, I get a little teary-eyed thinking about it.
Here, first take, first reaction.
When Jay was talking about standing on the bridge and jumping and how he was feeling and that really touched me, and how far he's come and how happy he is with his family, and I thought that was pretty amazing.
So if you weren't an activist before, after seeing this movie, I'm sure you're going to be out there marching, you're going to be out there writing letters to Congress. It's simple. It's all about love. There's no two love. There's not two definitions of love, and one for gays, one for straights.
Because I do ask a lot about my movies, and and I ask them to bring out emotions out of me that I never thought a movie like that would bring out. So this movie really touched my heart, and I recommend for every single one of you, straight or gay, it doesn't matter. I recommend that you go see it.
Not only that, but I think that if anybody is sitting on the fence about gay marriage or, gay and lesbian couples adopting children, I definitely think that this, they should watch this movie. And, it just shows, which, we already knew, but, I think it's going to show those people that, just like Jay and Brian's family is just like everybody else's family.